Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Vocal Pedagogy. Today I'm going to give you the lecture on your teaching space and creating your personal identity. Just make sure that you also print out the worksheet for this and just show it to me when we have class the following week. It is just proof as your attendance for this week. Okay, first things first. Places to look for. Number one, if you are in an apartment or a townhome, research the rules for the building concerning the noise, the acoustic design, and attitude of your neighbors. In some places it may not be a problem, but in larger cities like New York City, possibly Jacksonville, you may face some reservations as far as teaching out of your apartment. Another place, music store. They provide small studios for local teachers for a nominal fee. When I was in grade school and I started taking violin lessons, I took music lessons at a music store where they had a specialist in violin there. So you may want to look at music stores to see if they are opening some studios for voice lessons or maybe beginner piano lessons. You can look into a School of the Arts, possibly. Something similar to Douglas Anderson, anything that is SOTA, that stands for School of the Arts. Most of the time it's a private-owned school, but this may involve travel, which can also be counted as a tax write-off. The next point, this is bullet point number 4, you may also look in a church building if you will be working in a church, if you're possibly the music director there, if it's a smaller church. They may let you teach lessons out of there for free or for a really decent price. At my home church, when I was teaching private lessons, they just gave me the studio upstairs where there was a digital piano, and I taught all my private lessons there, and I was also the church secretary, and they just let me do it for free. Most of the students there also sang in the church and went to the Christian school. Bullet point number 5, possibly a community room. There are some community rooms in libraries, country clubs, or theaters. This may limit the times for teaching, the blocks of times, only because some of the places always have events and things like that going on. So you may just be aware of that if that is something that you're looking into as far as a place to teach. And lastly, bullet point number 6, your home. A few things that you may want to consider as far as teaching out of your home are the parking. If you have 1 or 2 students that are maybe back to back and someone comes early, you want to consider where they can park. And another thing to consider is the yearly business permit fee. See how much that will cost if you will be teaching out of your home. And then lastly, the zoning laws. Some cities, depending on if it's a smaller city or a bigger city, they may have reservations as far as how much space you take up, and you just want to look into some of their zoning laws there. When you get to your destination and settle in your living space and your teaching space, it is smart to write a letter of introduction of yourself to the community. The letter should include these things: your name, your address, phone number, academic background, and some performing experience. Address the interest in teaching private lessons and the age you are willing to teach if you are willing to meet with the individuals who may have some questions. Make sure that you send these letters to a select few. You don't want to just send it to everyone. And you also don't want to put it in a newspaper ad. Well, it kind of just depends on you. But a few places that I would recommend that you send the letters to are select schools, music businesses and stores, churches. If you do go through the newspaper way, you may get many prank calls or people who waste your time. And you'll be answering questions from people who will bother you and just give you a lot of problems. So, be sure to just consider these few things as far as your lessons go in looking for a place to teach. Establish that good place, a place that's not too small, but it doesn't have to be huge either. And also establishing yourself in the community and people knowing who you are. It may start very small. You may start with probably 2 or 3 students just by word of mouth, and as you continue teaching, it may grow and probably go to up to 30 students with a waiting list. When I first came to Trinity a few years ago, this is finishing my 4th year teaching here, I basically just had the college students and 2 private lessons outside of the college, which were either in the academy or just students that I taught through the church or whatever. And now, 4 years later, I have 15 students in the college and 15 students in the academy, which is 30 students altogether, plus a waiting list of another 15 students. So, good luck in your endeavors to finding a teaching space and establishing yourself in the community. If you have any questions concerning this, just give me a call or text me. And be sure to just show me that you took notes on this specific lecture next week. All right, see you all later. Bye.